Welcome back to the James and Kristie Show. We have something really exciting for you. How would you like to put nearly $421 directly into your bank account whenever you need it? It's pretty much a plug-and-play system that we can present to everybody today. And I hope you have a notepad and take a pen and take lots of notes because we have a lot of golden nuggets for everybody. Right, Kristie?
Absolutely. We're going to introduce Dan Brown. Dan has built a fabulous list, and he is going to teach you step by step how to do it. And we're going to say good morning, Dan.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on the show today. Super, super excited to be on here and talking with you.
Cool. You know what? If I was a new person, I'm first starting off, and I want to say, Dan, how do I start building my list? What would you suggest for me to do first?
James, that's a really good question, and it's something I get pretty often because a lot of people, they want to build their list part-time when they're just starting out and kind of start things off on the side. So what I had done back when I first started was originally I was driving traffic straight through my affiliate link, straight to sales page, and I was making a couple bucks here and there, but really I had no sustainable business at all, and it hit me when a few of my money-making content pieces got de-indexed and I lost that income, and I was like, man, I really wish I had some way to reach out to all these people who have bought from me because I actually had a lot of customers at that time. So basically what I did at that point was I started to build my list. I had heard, the money's in the list, and I looked around. All the people who were online who were making a living were building a list. They were building an asset. So that's what I started doing, except I did a little bit differently, and what I would suggest for people to do is, because when you first start out, you may not have something to give away for free in order to build a list, or to actually give something away for free that kind of pre-sells what you're going to be selling down the line. So what I did was, because I didn't have those resources as well, I kept the same sort of model where I would review a product, review a marketer or somebody who's creating a product, and then I tell them what it's all about, and if they got it through my affiliate link, then I would give them a bonus and add them onto my bonus list. So really what I was doing, I didn't know it at the time, but I was building a customer-only list, and I think that was the single biggest thing to my success, because what I've found over the years now of list building is that customers and buyers are so much more responsive than somebody who opts in for a free ebook or a free video series. So that's basically the step-by-step process. Really is to take your traffic, rather than sending it through your affiliate link or to your sales page if you're selling your own products. You should be sending it to either an opt-in page to offer up something for free, or to communicate with your people in a way where after they buy something through your affiliate link, they reach out to you to get your bonus or to get some kind of help for some reason, and then you can add them onto your list. And that's basically the step-by-step rundown of my model.
Dan, that's awesome. Okay, just if somebody was new, because what you just gave out was a lot of great tips, but it's a lot to digest at once. So how, again, can you just restate how, again, you created your buyers list, which is the people that you probably made that $421 from?
Right. So, sure, Kristie. I said I was sending links, right? Somebody would search for something on Google or on YouTube or a different search engine, maybe Amazon, and they would find a piece of content that I've put there strategically, and they would end up clicking my affiliate link if they're interested in learning more. They would go to the sales page, they'd buy, or they wouldn't, and either way I would never hear from them again. So when I started to build a list, I didn't have the resources to create a freebie offer that was unique to, or that had mass market appeal. So what I did was I use the same model where I would send people through my affiliate link, but before that, I would send them to a page where I tell them what's going on, what I have in store for them, and offer them up a certain type of bonus or some sort of incentive so that they could go ahead and reach out to me after they bought and have some value added by me, and also I would end up adding them to my in the process, so they would join my list after buying an affiliate product.
Very cool. And Dan, so when you set up an email, how do you choose a title so that you get a lot more opens? What would you suggest?
So do you mean a subject line?
Yes.
My subject lines are usually pretty, like, I don't go too crazy with my subject lines. I'll try and write my subject line in one of two ways. The first way is I'll write it just like I was writing to you or to Kristie, to one of my friends. You know, I'll use subject lines like "Hey" or "How are you?" things like that. Or if it's part of a promotion, well, usually I'll scan through the sales page and pick out a few different hooks from the sales page, a few different angles that would appeal to people, and I'll test out subject lines like that, like maybe a bullet point or a headline, something like that. And something that I don't see a lot of people doing, but I've been doing this for a while, and I've heard a few people do it, but nobody really talks about it, is what I'll always do is I'll have a subject line, and then if the subject line is benefit-based or part of the headline, something like that, well, I'll have my hyperlink in the email the exact same text, because if somebody opens your email because they're interested in the subject line, well, then they're twice as interested in clicking the link, because it's that whole consistency thing going on where they're in a yes state and they've already agreed that they're interested in the content, so it's just taking it to the next level there.
I really like what you said, that they're in the yes state. I like that, Dan. And with that thought, I'm going to give the thought of the day. Do something today that your future self will thank you for, and that is building a list. Right, James?
Definitely. Thanks for being on, Dan. If somebody's leaning on the fence, what'd you tell them, really, to try to make them say, hey, you know what? This is something that really need, that will actually help you get to your six-figure income level, really something that maybe this will help you in your tool chest, really, because you know what? I know that information is gold. What would you tell them?
Sure. Well, basically what I would say is I'm only 24 years old, so I was fortunate enough to get started back when I was in university, so I didn't know what was out there. I just knew the fundamentals, what people were telling you. But fortunately for me, when I came into this, everybody was already talking about building a list. So if you are sitting in your chair right now, you're watching this interview, and you're thinking, should I or should I not build a list? Well, take a look at the people who you follow. Take a look at the people who you're trying to model, who you're trying to create a business similar and as powerful as theirs. And chances are they're building a list. If you look at anybody in the internet marketing space, well, they're building a list. But if you look at Fortune 500 companies that advertise on TV, that do infomercials, well, I have news for you. They're building a list too. So if it's good enough for them, it is certainly good enough for you, and it's one of the least cost involved marketing that I've ever been exposed to. I mean, you could pay a small monthly rate like $10, $20 a month, and you can be in touch with a whole tribe of people who want to hear what you have to say. So if you want to do this as a business and not as a hobby, then you have to build your list, because it's the most sustainable and reliable asset that you can build in this business, in my opinion.
Awesome. Everybody check out the link right on the bottom. I'm telling you, it's great information. It shows you exactly step-by-step how to build a list. You know, jump on it now. Thanks a lot, Dan. Have a great one.
Dan.
Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it. Have a good day, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.